STA 3532 Introduction to Statistical Quality Control. This is a 3-credit course. This consists of 5 lessons. First lesson is the quality improvement in the modern business environment. Second one, methods of philosophy of statistical process control. Third one, control charts for the variables. Fourth one is the control charts for the attributes, and the last one is process and management system capability analysis. And this consists of 3 tutorials. After doing these lessons, we can do the tutorial discussions also, and this is consist of 3 tutorials. One is based on the theory part. Actually that is tutorial 1. Then second and third based on the control charts. Actually we have to pay the more attention for the third and fourth lessons, because we have to solve so many problems related to the control charts. Some mathematics calculations belongs to these 2 lessons, and so each tutorial give 100 marks. For each and every give 100 marks, and 10% of each tutorial is taken for the calculate final grade. It means for 3 tutorials altogether 30% is given for the final examination. And when we talk about the final examination, so it means remaining 70% will be calculated to the final grade in the final examination. That is 3-hour paper, consists of 6 questions, where both theory and the mathematical calculations. So you have to answer the 6 questions within 3 hours. That is the way of conducting the lessons and doing the evaluations about the tutorials and also the final examination. So now we can start the first lesson. First lesson is the quality improvement in the modern business environment. So first we have to know what is quality. There are so many definitions, but earlier that in the past quality is defined as the fitness of use. This is the earlier definition, that is fitness of use, earlier one. But now the modern version of the quality means quality is inversely proportional to the variability, right? It means, you know, that inversely proportional means if we have 2 quantities, if one quantity is increased, the other one is decreased. So then quality means if we reduce the variability, then quality is improved. So we can tell then quality improvement means reduction of variability in the process and in the product. So that is the modern definition for the quality and quality improvement. And when we talk about the quality, so we have to know about the dimension of the quality. That's these 8 dimensions is stated that Garvin in 1987. The 8 dimensions are performance, reliability, durability, serviceability, aesthetics, features, perceived quality, and conformance to the standards. So these are the 8 dimensions. So we will discuss one by one. So first one is the performance. Performance means, does it do what is supposed to do, right? It means sometimes we may think if we have a product, this is perform like this, that is mentioned in the cover or some cover or somewhere in that product, but we have to know actually this is happen. So it means this is these claims, are they true? So this is the meaning of the performance. So that performance we can write, does it do what is supposed to do, and also we can tell that it means that claims are they true, that is the meaning of performance. And second dimension is the reliability. Reliability means how it is reliable, or we can tell in like this way, how often does it fail. So as an example, so first we write then that reliability means how reliable it is, or we can tell how often does it fail, so as an example, if we take example for this what we can get, right, if we think about the vehicle, right, if it is if it has to repair in occasionally, it means minor repairs. So minor repairs, that is one case. So sometimes another vehicle has you have to do the frequent repairs, it means there are major repairs. Then so we can tell that the vehicle which has major repairs, that is not reliable. So if we want to use it, we can't use it because that is fail. That means that is not reliable, right? So we can write example like this way. So in the case of a vehicle there will be occasional it means I told that minor repairs, but if it requires frequent, it means that major repairs, then it is not reliable, no? Then it is not reliable. That is the reliability. So third one is the durability. Durability means how long will it last. So then if that each and every customer if we buy something, some product, each and every customer prefer to use that long period of time. So then durability is very essential for the product. Then durability means how long will it last. So how long we can use it, will it last, how long will it last. So So it means higher durability is need for the customer. So it means we can write customers prefer customers prefer higher durability, no? Higher durability. Higher durability. Then the serviceability. Then next one is the serviceability. Serviceability means if we have some faults when after buying a product, so how easy to repair it, that is the serviceability. So how easy to repair a product, so that is serviceability. And fifth one is the aesthetics. Aesthetic means when we are going to buy a product, first we are thinking about the appearance rather than thinking about the performance of it. First we are going to look at the styles, color, shape. Those things are belongs to the aesthetics. So then aesthetics means what does the product look like. Aesthetic means what does the product looks like. So it means so as an example we can tell examples that what are they? Style, then color, then shape, what else? So these things are belongs to the aesthetics. Next one is the features. Features means that if we are that is meaning of we can take in that word also. Features mean when we are buying a product, we want to know what does the product can do. It means if a customer taking a high quality product, they need added features rather than the taking a good with the limited number of features, right? So then features mean what does the product do. What does the product do? So we can tell customers preferred high quality. Customers preferred high quality with products that have added features. Right. Next one is the preserved quality. So it means preferred quality means, so what is the reputation of the company? What is the reputation of the company or its product. As an example, so if we think about the vehicles, most of the customers think about the Japanese vehicles because they have a reputation. So that is the meaning of the preferred quality. So we can write that preferred quality means what is the reputation? What is the reputation? Reputation. What is the reputation of company? Of company or its products? Or its products. And last one is the conformance to the standards. So we can write the examples for this also, but we take that as example, that vehicles. So when we think about vehicles, that customers prefer Japanese vehicles. So last one is that conformance of the standards. Sorry, conformance to standards. Right? It means, so it is made as the designer intended. As an example, so again we can take that automobile industry, a car. So when replacing the parts of a car or any other products, so we have to think about, does it made to the standard size, right? So if it is not in the standard size, it is difficult to replace the products. So that is mean of the conformance to the standards. It should have a standard. Okay, so it means, so conformance of standards we can explain like this way. Is it made as the designer intended. Intended. As example, when replacing the parts of a vehicle, so we have to think about, does it made for standard size? Does it made for standard size? Right? This is about the dimensions of quality, which was expressed by Garvin in 1987. So then next we can consider about the quality improvement. As we discussed in previously, quality improvement is the reduction of the variability of a process or a specific product. So simply we can tell that quality improvement is the reduction of variability ability in process or in processes or products. That is quality improvement. Or we can tell as this way also quality improvement is we can tell that wastage reduction. It means sometimes we waste the money, time, also the efforts. So if we reduce these wastages, that is also an improvement. So we can tell that again like this way, quality improvement is also seen as wastage reduction, right? That is and the wastage means wasted money. So time is also wasting time as well as the effort. So then this way we can improve the quality, and next we can think about the quality improvement. Quality engineering terminologies. So there are some terminologies effort, every product possesses a number of elements that jointly describe what the user or consumer thinks of as quality. These parameters are often called quality characteristics. Sometimes these are called critical to quality. It means CTQ characteristics. Quality characteristics may be of several types. Basically that when we consider the quality characteristics, basically there are three types of quality characteristics. So those are physical, sensory and time orientation. So physical characteristics means that if we consider that length, then weight and voltage, those are the physical characteristics. And if we consider the sensory characteristics, they are it means what we can sense. So it means we can sense taste. So what else? Then we can see the appearance and we can see also the color, which the characteristics which we can sense, that are the sensory characteristics. And also the time orientation, that is reliability. So we talked those things earlier. Reliability, then durability and serviceability. They are the quality characteristics. So if we look these characteristics, you can see they are directly or indirectly linked to the indirectly linked to the quality dimensions, no? So why that? So reliability, so durability, serviceability, those things are we talked in the section that quality dimensions. So then we can tell that different types of quality characteristics can relate directly or indirectly to the dimensions of quality, no? So we can write note that so different note that different types of quality characteristics can relate directly or indirectly directly or indirectly to the dimensions of quality, to the dimensions of quality, right? So next we can think that statistics is an important part in quality improvement, and the data can be classified as the variable data and the attribute data. So we know that statistics play a major role of that data analysis. So here that the data can be classified into the two groups. One is the variable data, the other one is the attribute data. So based on these two types of data, we are going to do the calculation using the control charts for variables, for variable and attributes. So here that variable data means that continuous measurements. Usually we are taking the variable data as continuous measurements. So usually continuous measurements are taken as measurements. Then continuous measurements means that there are the data with continuity. So it means length, examples you can take, then voltage, then weight. Those are the types of variable data. And if we consider the attribute data, so usually they are discrete data. So if we take that examples, I think that it means counts, right? So all the counts are the discrete data. So we can write simply taking from a form of counts. So as an example we can tell that if we do a survey with that number of vehicles enter to a certain city in a specific time of period. So we are taking count number of vehicles, so that is a attribute data. So when we think about the university, the number of students attended to the lecture, that is also number of students. Number of, it means that is count, so that is belongs to attribute data. So that is the difference between the variable data and the attribute data. So then we are going to consider about the nominal value, it means the target value, and upper specification limit and the lower specification limit. A value of measurement that correspond to the desired value for that quality characteristics is called the nominal or target value of that characteristics, right? So that there is a desired value, so that value is called the target value when we consider the quality characteristics. But sometimes that target value, that definitely we can take. So in that case, that these target values are usually bounded by the range of values that most typically we believe will be the sufficiently close to the target so as not impact the function's performance of the product if the quality characteristics in that range. So then it means that target value is bounded, so because we can take the exact value, so its value is in the some specific range it can be. So then we have some allowable values. So then if we consider about those values, the largest allowable value for the quality characteristic is called the upper specification limit, that is USL. It means if we think about the target value, so the upper allowable value, so we have to the maximum allowable value, we call that upper specification limit. And that if we take that if the other side, it means smallest allowable value for the quality characteristics, that's called the lower specification limit, LSL. So the meaning of this, if we take target value or the nominal value that value should be in between upper specification limit and lower specification limit. So lower specification limit means smallest allowable value, as same as upper specification limit means largest allowable value, right? So next we can consider the non-conforming products. So non-conforming product means if the specifications are not met, then it is said to be non-conforming product, that is fail to meet the specifications. So always we can't get the specification in between the lower specification limits and the upper specification limits, so then we call that they are the non-conforming products. So a non-conforming product is said to be defective. Those are defective products. Defective means the product has one or more defects. Product has one or more defects. We call that is defective. So if these defects are serious enough, then they may affect the safe use of the product. Okay, so we can tell if the defects are if the defects are serious enough, they may affect the safe use of the product. So that is about the non-conforming products. Then statistical model methods for quality control and improvement. So we can use some statistical methods to control the quality and improve the quality. So there are three major areas. First one is the statistical process control, which called SPC, and design of experiment, as well as the acceptance of sampling. So when we are not going to discuss these very descriptive manner, so I am going to brief this. Statistical process controls we are doing mainly by using the control charts. So we are not going to talk about the control charts descriptively in these lessons, because we have two lessons about the control charts, and so we are going to discuss in that lesson. So we have to know that statistical process control monitoring that control charts. So we can write control charts used for process monitoring and variability reduction. So then this SPC, that it means statistical process control, is an online quality control tool. An online quality control tool. Right. So then next we can discuss about the design of experiments. This is helpful in discovering the key variables influencing the quality characteristics of interest in the process. Right. So design of experiment is helpful in discovering the key variables influencing the quality characteristics of interest in the process. in the process. If we consider that as design of experiment, that is not online tool, that is offline tool, offline quality control tool. That is offline. And also this one is that crucial for the variable reduction. So we can write next one, that is crucial, that is crucial for variable reduction. So then if you take in that design of experiment, so one major type of design experiment is that factorial design. So that is the example for the design of technology, that is factorial design. That is example, one of the examples. So then at lastly we can last area is the acceptance of sampling. So acceptance of sampling is closely connected with the inspection and testing of product. So that is connected with, so closely connected with inspection and testing of product. Testing of product. And if we write the definition for this, we can define the acceptance of sampling is the inspection and classroom inspection and classification of sample of the product, right? So we can write, that is how we can define it, that the inspection and classification of sample of the product. Sample of the product. So we can select product. And there are two types of acceptance of sampling. If one is that outgoing inspection, it means performed immediately following the production. It means if a customer buy a product, so as soon as he buys, we have to do the inspection. That's called outgoing inspection performed immediately following production. So the second method of inspection is incoming inspection. Incoming inspection. It means before using product we do the inspection. It means received as soon as received from the supplier. So incoming means before using production. Using production. These are the statistical methods for quality control and improving. So about the three major areas. And the next thing is the link between quality and the productivity. So effective quality improvement can be instrumental in increasing the productivity and the reducing cost. So if we do the effective quality improvement, it means it's definitely increasing the productivity. If the productivity is increased, then what happens? The that cost is reduced. So that is the meaning of effective quality improvement can be instrumental in increasing the productivity and the reducing the cost. And second feature is the cost achieving quality improvement and increased productivity is often negligible, right? So if the quality improvement is done, that increased productivity is often negligible. Finally, we can think about the quality cost. Then quality cost means then quality costs are those categories of cost that are associated with producing, identifying, avoiding or repairing products that do not meet requirements. There are so many types of quality costs. So here we take some of the major quality costs. First one is the prevention cost. It means so that financial controls are the important part in the business management. So we have to pay more attention about those costs, that financial side. So that prevention costs is the that cost associated with efforts in design and manufacturing. So that is the prevention cost. So cost associated with designing and manufacturing, that's called the prevention cost. So that is costs associated with efforts in design and manufacturing. Design and manufacturing that are directed towards the prevention of non-conformance. Prevention of non-conformance. Non-conformance. The second type of cost are the appraisal cost. It means that cost that costs made for the quality requirements and the that appraisal cost mean that quality which is spent for cost which spent for the measuring, evaluating and the auditing the products. That's called the appraisal cost. So it means cost associated with measuring, evaluating, or auditing materials, or auditing products to ensure conformance to the standard that have been imposed so that is the meaning of appraisal cost. So then there are another two types. They are internal failure cost and the external failure cost. So as we talked about earlier, the internal failure cost means that when products and services fail to meet quality requirements, so then this failure is discovered that prior delivery. It means if you have that if we discover some failure in the prior to delivery, so that is internal failure cost. So external failure means after delivered to the customer, then he have some found it is not performed satisfactory. That is external failure cost. So then internal failure cost we can define like this way: when products and services fail to meet quality requirements, and this failure is discovered, and this failure is discovered prior to delivery of the product, prior to delivery of the product to the customer. That is internal failure cost to the customer. And external failure cost means after delivered to the customers, when we are found that is failure. So external failure cost when the product does not perform satisfactory after delivered to the customer. This is about the financial control about a business management. So those things are belongs to the first lesson of that quality improvement in the modern business environment. So I think you can understand somewhat about the lesson 1. So you have to read the provided slides again and try to understand, because these things I briefly explained about the lesson. So you have to if you need to more clarification, so you have to go the lesson at the beginning to end again. And further, if you have the problems, you can contact me, so you can send me email or you can call me. So then always I'll be with you to help you. So this is all about the lesson 1, and next time we will meet in the next video with the second lesson. And also you have a tutorial based on this lesson, so you have to submit the tutorial in the given deadline. So thank you very much.